button. There we go. Hello everyone, team meeting April 27th. Upcoming birthdays. We have Jim, Lynn, Katie, Michael new, many Michaels here, Zach and Sabrina. Happy birthday to all of you. May you have a blessed and fantastic year ahead. And then, always an honor to congratulate our cappers. We have Tara Gaines, Denise McEnany, and Maya Sam. Congratulations on capping! That is awesome. And just like that, the energy inside you is just shooting through. Love it! Susan! You are on for key, please.
Good morning, everybody.
We have
Can you hear me?
Bloody Marys.
Mimosas, Bloody Marys.
Yeah, we got it all.
Everybody here is getting a cap reduction.
Yep.
Joke, that is a joke.
Don't push it. So,
Definitely, brother.
right, Susan, are you there?
Can you
Tell
hear
us
me?
all about and give us an update on your lift program, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. Well, good morning, everybody. Happy to be back. We have another Key Please training coming this Wednesday, tomorrow at noon. We have another one the following Wednesday, May 5th at noon, and then another one on May 12th. And for those of you that Wednesdays is a bad day, we've added another training, a fifth total training, and that will be on Thursday, May 6th at noon. That's not on this slide, but you'll want to write that in. So if Wednesdays are a bad day for you, you can join us on Thursday, May 6th. Now, anybody that's on staff, your assistants, anybody that is on your team, you're going to want them to be in on this training. This is not just for if you want to be a runner and show property. This is so that you understand and know how the app works, you know how payments work, you know why things are set up the way that it's set up. Training will help us all answer a lot of questions that will be coming to us. If you just go to the training, I promise everything will work. The app is not 100% running yet. We have one more step to do on the back end, and then your office will be turned on. So if you went to the training last week, we had a little glitch, and we are in the process of fixing that glitch. It should be up and running here very, very soon. So the new updated Apple app is out. You can download it. You will not be able to use it until you go to the training. So come to the training, come to the training, come to the training. All righty. And don't forget about us with your contract to close. We still have that deal going on. We have 67 transactions under contract right now. We're growing every day, and that's including all the ones that we've closed out this month. We still have even more to come. So thank you for trusting us with your business. And we look forward to helping you grow. If you have any phenomenal ideas, share them my way. We want to keep bringing great things to you. Thank you, Marco.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you for the update. Looking forward to Key Please. What a outstanding and fantastic app. And then also, once again, thanks for the update on contract to close. Let's make this happen. Let's support them.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Come, stand next to me. Please tell us what's happening on Thursday.
Woo! What's happening on Thursday? We are going over our goals. So if you don't have your goals on paper, please join myself and Michelle Pleasant for Thursday from 12 to 2. We are going to be doing your 135 and your 411. So you will walk out of the class with actual goals written down. So please join us, and we'll be here live in the training room, or you can also watch us on Zoom.
Awesome.
And that's it, right?
Looking forward to that. 411 and 135. If you don't know where you're going, how do you know where you're going to end up and when you're going to get there? So 411, 135, the fundamentals of business. I believe if you can't see it, you cannot possess it. Goals is the beginning and the end. I read something this morning that we're all familiar with. Never change the goals, change the strategy, but you don't change the goal. Then on the 29th of April, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Not mine. I'll start again, I'll rewind. On Thursday, the 29th, 9:30 to 10:30 a.m., a free class from Coach Rob Daniel, how to sell 100 homes in a 4.5-day work week. If you want to sell 100 homes and you want to work 4.5 days a week, then apparently you need to attend this, and it's free, and he's got the secret. So be there Thursday, 29th April, 9:30 to 10:30. And now, it's my honor to introduce a very, very special guest who I had the pleasure of meeting this morning. And I looked I went through the bio and I thought, how am I going to keep this short? And I just have to admit, there's no way to keep this short. So give me a second introducing Mr. Kit Cummings. Over Kit's 30-year public career, he has worked teaching, coaching, and training thousands of people in various industries, corporations, churches, schools, addiction and recovery, athletics, and even prisons. 2010, Kit founded the Power of Peace Project, using the experience he gained resolving conflict in some of the most dangerous areas in the world. He applies his principles to bring about change in prisons, schools, corporations, in the faith-based community. On MLK Day 2020, Kit was recognized by the NAACP, receiving the Martin Luther King Jr. Living the Dream Award for his contribution to civil rights and his work with at-risk youth and prison reform. He was also appointed to the Georgia House of Representatives Committee on Youth Gangs and Violence in 2019, as part of the Governor Kemp's initiative to reform prisons and eliminate youth gang violence. Kit has journeyed only one paragraph, and give me a little bit more minutes, a couple more minutes. Kit has journeyed on tours through Africa, Asia, Europe, Latin America, and has negotiated peace. This is remarkable, between some of the most notorious gangs inside the US prison system. He delivered an address about his powerful peace projects at the 2020 Gandhi Global Peace Summit in, drumroll, Durban, South Africa, to representatives from Gandhi, King, and the Mandela families, as well as other iconic peacemakers from around the world, including special assistant to the Dalai Lama. He took his 40 Days to Freedom program into La Mesa prison in Tijuana, Mexico, to work with men who are striving to be free, as well as working with addicts and at-risk youth in some of the most toughest areas in the war-torn border city. Kit has planted seeds of peace all around the world. Kit has authored 5 books, including the award-winning Peace Behind the Wire, a non-violent resolution, which has been endorsed by the King family, and he also launched Power of Peace Radio. Kit's latest release, Project to the Dream, takes youth people on a journey of character and leadership development designed to teach kids to dream big dreams and protect those dreams at all costs. The Power to Peace Project raised up much needed positive role models in our schools and in our communities. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kit Cummings.
That was embarrassing. No, I'm sorry. I don't have to look that way at them. No. Sorry. Thank you so much. I've been sincerely looking forward to meeting you. And I always get to hear Marco's voice because Sarah's working in her little office, and I'll come by, give her a kiss. So I'm going by, and I'll hear that melodic voice, that cool South African thing. And so, but anyway, I've been looking forward to talking about our connection with your country that I love. I mean, I love, and we're going to be journeying that way sometime in the near future. So I also just want to thank everybody for just loving my wife. And it means a lot. I'm so serious. When your wife is happy, I know happy wife, happy life. That's true. And so you guys make her happy. And she just brags about y'all, brags about Marco and the wonderful staff. And it's wonderful. So thanks. So that's all my time. Just kidding. For those that I haven't met before, or those up on the Zoom, I got to introduce you to my partner, right? And today we're going to be talking about the powerful pull of a daring dream. I'm so glad that we have this is like, it's like a drug to an addict. live events for over a year. Oh my gosh, it's been so hard. I dig Zoom. I mean, really, I'm one of the few people that said Zoom is my friend. Are you kidding me? You get so much done and just laser being focused on my marketing now instead of just kind of blast, you know, and then, but I miss this so much because there's energy in it. And so today, when I talk about the powerful pull of the daring dream, I'm talking about energy. And if you see me, hopefully you'll never see me in a prison. I do a lot of prison events. But in a school, you might, or at a church function or at a corporate event, you're going to see my partner Roots, unless something is wrong, because he is attached to me. He is an extension of me. And so first off, you might go, why are you saying him? Why has he got a name? Because what would you say this is? That's good. A rod, a cane, a staff. There you go. You got all of them. Everybody always says the same thing. You know what? There's never a number 5. A branch. Because you don't see it. Like you don't really see it. What you see is the presentation. And you're like, oh, that is a staff. You know, much like Moses. Or a walking stick like Mr. Gandhi. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I dig it for those reasons too. But fundamentally, is it not a branch? And it has a story. I mean, this thing has a story, but all we know is what's in front of us. And today you're going to bump into energy of countless stories. It's not just people that are in your way or potential clients that could bring you the money. That's important. These are stories. Everybody's got one. And everybody's got a fascinating one. People love stories. The one that I follow, he told stories to people that could understand. The fishermen told fishermen stories, you know, to the farmers, he told farmer stories. He talked to people where they were. And so this branch has got a story. Now, there was a time when he was at the top of a 100-year-old oak tree down in Lakewood. Anybody know Lakewood? You ever been to a concert, Lakewood Amphitheater? Okay, when you leave the concert, you go right and you get on the highway and go right or left, north or south. Rarely do you take a left unless you make a mistake. Tough little area down there, but they're beautiful, beautiful people, especially the kids. But it's an underserved community, much like many outside of around here. And so down there, I was working on those streets and we were trying to help kids. And there's a lot of gang problems down there. And so, but we're also just kind of giving food to the hungry and clothes and partnered with a guy. And anyway, there was this small brother that would, not that small, but he's smaller than me. And he's dark skinned, he had long dreads, he had this cool beard and these rock star glasses missing a stem. His name's Roots. And Jamaican brother, really cool. And he lived on the streets. And so he lived in this little tent when I first met him. And he would just come and make himself useful and help us. And it was so easy to become friends with him. And because he was cool to death. He was just going through a tough little period of time. You see somebody under a bridge, guess what? That's a story. And if you get close enough to it, they will tell you their story. A lot of times, man, no, I was somebody. And my wife got cancer and she died. And I started drinking real heavy. I lost everything, burned all my bridges. I got nowhere else to go. Did you see that? Or did you look him up and go, oh, homeless dude, probably heroin addict. He might be, but that might save his life. Well, that's another message altogether, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So anyway, but it goes back to stories, right? So 100-year-old oak tree. Living the life, connected to the source, sunshine, breeze, cool rain, little bird perched out. Good life, right? But we don't see him. You'll never see him, right? As long as he's up there. And so then in one fell swoop, something happened. It could have been a storm. It could have been a lightning strike. It might have been an axe. But something knocked Roots out of his purpose. And he laid flat on the ground down on Lakewood Avenue, just trampled on, driven over, kicked aside, destined to be burned, because that's what we do with trash, right? We live off Square in Marietta. We got a bunch of big oak trees. And so it's normal to have branches, and I got to clean up the branches. Never do I look down and go, oh, a treasure. I say, not anymore, trash, right? And I take it and I put it in the pile and get hauled off, probably burned, right? And so that's where this branch lay on his back. Now, would you say in this current market that a lot of people that practice, I'm not saying anybody in here, but the people that practice this profession would say they're flat on their backs right now, looking up. A lot of people probably praying realtors now, right? The game has changed once again. Didn't you think you had seen every market? Yeah. The market is, man, it's a living, breathing thing, man. When it goes up, you know it's coming back down, and it's just like, it's a roller coaster. Why do people ride roller coasters? You ever see anybody stressed out on a roller? Well, that's true. Yeah. You ever see anybody bored on a roller coaster? No, they're like, woo, or it's like, nah. You know, why do we go to the movies? Go on a ride, right? And all of a sudden we get into a profession that's a ride. We hate it. Hate life. Why? 'Cause it's supposed to be easy. Really? My friend. That's my friend right there.
Nailed it.
That's the heart and soul of this office right here. I'm telling you, you watch out. Right? So it's a roller coaster ride, but now all of a sudden, instead of going like this, it's gone this way. And people are like, you can't ever say I've been through this market. You know, somebody that's always the older, wiser realtor. It's okay, young Padawan. You know, it's no real. We've seen these come and go. Nobody can say that on this one. Crazy. Okay, so would you agree that whoever wins the mental game wins? And would you agree when this thing straightens out, like it, not just it might, it has to. It's a market. It's a living, breathing thing. It's going to do what it does. And it's somewhat predictable, even in this crazy thing. And you've got the guru sitting wearing all black on the stage that rarely gets it wrong. So y'all know where you're headed. I mean, nobody's 100%, I guess, right? Nobody bats down. But the guy is, you know, there's a reason you guys are on top, right? And so now it is absolutely the mental game. Okay, so flat on your back seems like it's a curse. But there was one guy that was looking for it and looking for just like this. And his name's Roots. And it was that beautiful homeless brother. Because he would come up to me and he'd say, Mr. Kit. I'd say, yes, sir. He'd say, you need a stick. And he always had these cool sticks. And I'd be like, well, why do I need one? He said, protection. Down on these streets, you need protection. I'm assuming you're not carrying a gun. I'm like, no, I don't think so. And so he said, okay. I said, how do I get one? He said, I'll hook you up. See, this was his hustle. This is how he supported his little family, him and his beautiful disabled would-be wife. And that was his hustle. Everybody's got a hustle. Hustling's got this negative connotation to it. It's like, I'm a hustler, right? But it's like, you better be in this business. If you don't have a hustle, if you don't have that gear that you're going to go to, because this is different. And here's the good news and the bad news, depending on how you receive it. This market is either going to make you a rock star, it's going to break you and send you into another industry. Period. That's what this one looks like. So right now, when you hear that, there's either a, ooh, you mean my competition's all going to go away? Yep. For those who rise. But if you're like immediately, that's going to be me. Okay, that's what we got to deal with. That's what we got to deal with. As if that's that we all get, right? I feel you. I work for me. And I support us, and so does she. And my ability to earn is just as good as I happen to perform today. I ain't clocking. I'm not getting anybody else pay. I work for me, just like you do. Markets come and go. I've got to hustle, and you got to figure it out. You got to recreate yourself. And see, that's what the superstars are doing right now. Is they're recreating themselves. They're getting coaching. Yeah, you knew I was going to give that plug. but if I have to get coaching, I get it. You kidding me? I've got more than one. I mean, regular appointments, at least monthly. I've got some coaches in my life that are every week. I got to feed myself. In the morning, I have to spend 2 hours. I shouldn't say it like that. Look at me. I spend 2 hours getting my heart and mind right before I hit the day. 6 to 8 is sacred time. And I've got to. Why? Because how I perform today is my livelihood. It's my family, right? So if it takes 2 hours for me, it might take 5 minutes for you. If so, I'll sit down. You come on up and tell us how you do it. But if this is definitely a life by design, right? And so now all of a sudden, Roots is like, He's got a noble intention, this homeless brother, nobody sees him, totally invisible, but now he's searching throughout Lakewood for just the right instrument. Why? Because he wants to protect me. Is that a noble purpose? Man, here's a homeless brother going out of his way, trying to find the right instrument that will give his new friend protection. How's the universe going to oppose that? Now, see, here's the deal. The universe is all, and I use the universe, and I'm talking about the nature, Mother Nature on a grand scale, that whatever this creator, whoever, that's on you and me, that there is a natural law in the universe that has very predictable laws. Period. You figure out how to play the game, you win. But if you always buck against the way Mother Nature's going, like for instance, you can't outgive her. The more you give, the more she gives back, period. You know why? She's a mother. That's how mothers do. You can't outgive a mom. She's protected. She's fierce. This is the way God created all the natural world, not just Mother Nature out here, but cosmos kind of stuff. Very predictable laws. You learn how to play the game. Well, here was a game. He's offering something to me. Is the universe going to support that young man? You better believe it. And see, same game for you and me. Why? I mean, it's got to be up here somewhere, man. Well, I guess we're redesigning, right? All of a sudden, the one in charge goes. Because usually it's like, why? You guys are the why culture, which I dig that about y'all. Because that's the most important little question. Why? Ask yourself why. If you're not lead generating, why? You're not allowed to complain. You can, but it makes kind of no sense. If you're not going searching for business, you can't be mad when you don't get any. Reap what you sow. Universal law and principle. Whatever you sow, you reap. You can't plant orange seed and get pissed off that an apple tree grew. You know, it's like, what? Always, I think I said that backwards. Plant orange seeds and be mad if an orange tree grows. Today, you're going to sow seeds. How are you going to use your valuable finite amount of time, 86,400 seconds today? You get to invest in however you want. You just invested a certain amount in sleep. And then you got to invest as much or as little as you wanted in self-preparation for today. And that's not just makeup and guys getting everything straight. It's like, did you prepare for the battle today or you just phoning it in? Now, there's no judgment. I can tell you there are times where I was just spinning plates and I had no design. And that is a frantic, anxiety-ridden life if you have no plan to keep your mind and your heart right. So you go out today with the why of, I'm going to help somebody today. Somebody out there just got divorced, man. They're going through hell. Somebody out there just became a widow and she's really at risk. Somebody else just had a baby. Another person just got downsized. Somebody else just got hired and is relocating. Somebody out there is sick and needs to liquidate. Like there are real needs out there that could give a dang about this market. Doesn't care when you've lost a loved one and you got to have help. You got to have somebody that cares. And I believe this, one of the natural laws in the universe is you're attracted to people that have what you need and need what you have, period. It's the way life works. Mother Nature, always giving, connected. So if you've got a noble purpose, and you want to protect somebody like Roots did, me, I want to protect that young lady. I want to protect that man. It's a young person buying their first house, man, and they're nervous or they're overconfident and they're about to make big mistakes. And they need a competent professional, not some XYZ real estate, pay no fees. And that's about what you get. Hey. I went there. Give me a look. But that's real. I mean, we need a lot of help, but it's the why, right? So his why was right. And so he searched for just the right one. It's the right shape and length. He lopped off both ends. You're going to have to cut off some things. You want to be fruitful? You want to reap a harvest? Cut some things out that aren't working for you. I don't look at social media. I post and then I comment when people interact with me. I try to do that so hard, but I'm not great at it. Getting better. I don't look at what y'all post because it doesn't help me stay focused today, period. I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch CNN. I just check in on it online, make sure I know what's up. And if need be, I'll read it. Why? Because those talking heads don't help me. They don't help me win today. It's not part of my hustle. I don't do that. I don't waste time playing video games. If you do, God bless you. If it helps you be better at life. I've never played a video game. I don't like them, right? In many ways, I'm like Rain Man. She makes fun of me because I got my routines. It's so true. You listen to the same music. I don't want to see the same movies. And I'm like, yeah, life works for me. I dig my hustle. I like the way I do it. But I'm just saying, you don't got to do mine, but do something. Because this world will beat you up. And you'll submit. And you'll be entertaining those thoughts. I could always do something else. Tell me anybody that's ultra successful that tells you that they had a plan B that they entertained frequently. Anybody that you admire that said, what's the secret to your success? A solid plan B. I had an escape net, a safety net, an escape back door, baby. This was all that gave me confidence to follow my dreams. No, it's like all in. It's all I got. No plan B. Brick up the back door, snip, cut the cords. It's like, this is all I've got. Catch me into the universe, or whoever you believe that to be. So he found it. And then he started banging away at it. You know, the world's going to bang at you. Is it a curse or a blessing? Is this market a curse or a blessing? There's the question. Albert Einstein said, most important question you're going to ask. And he's a pretty smart guy. He said, do I live in a hostile or a friendly universe? Period. Which one do you live in? Is this a hostile or a friendly market? So it will be with you. However you answer that. If it's hostile, good luck, man. It's a horror show out there. Horror show out there. If it's, friendly universe, this market is so wide open because ain't nobody checked in. Everybody's checked out. Everybody's focused on all the bad parts of this market. Nobody's seeing this soft spot. Shh. I see it coming. Gary told me. You know what I'm saying? So many tools and resources. Good Lord. Of all that 86,400 seconds, guess what? You get to choose some of that to educate your mind. Are you reading books? Are you watching YouTube videos? Are you figuring out what the latest gurus are doing, saying, being? If not, why? You guys are the big why people. Ask yourself if you're not doing your business plan that I guarantee you, Marco or Stacy, if somebody helped you put it together, if you're not revisiting it and looking at it, don't get all upset at yourself and beat yourself. Just ask the most important question, why? Why am I not doing this? We laid it out. It was it was perfect in November, wasn't it? January, it was a fresh new start. And then all of a sudden it comes to April and you're looking at, I was going to make that many calls a day. Dang, I got to catch up. I got to make 6,800 calls this week. Get back on track. And there's one joker that does it. What's that guy's name?
Tony Toy.
Tony, y'all even know, right? It's like, get Tony to make them. He makes 4,800 a day or whatever. I've never even heard of such things. He convicts me. Tony, respect. So anyway, back to the story at hand. Kind of wrapping up. So he carved it. There's scars in this thing, man. Beautiful scars. Your story connects with somebody else's story. You got similar scars. The crazy tattoo is a story. You can find yourself in it. I don't care who you are, where you come from, I will show you yourself in this story. You're on here somewhere. That's how I connect with people. Today, it's about connecting with people. Roots connected with me. He did something beautiful for me. We had similar scars. So today, you get to connect with other people. Can you find yourself in their story? There's a theme for the next time we get together one day. What about all this divide? What about that agent that is on your last nerve because she does not perform at the level that you do? Feel that? They've lost their mind. They are testing you, man, trying you, and you don't want to work with them, and you're about ready to call their broker and drop down. Anybody? Oh my. We touched a little nerve. Let's touch a touchy issue, shall we? What do? How do you resolve that? I help Crips and Bloods come together, literally, in the worst environments, in prisons. It's fascinating. Say the word fascinating.
Fascinating.
Okay, when something today happens and you don't like it, just step back for a second and say, fascinating. It'll change your life. Fascinating, and why? There you go. So when he or she is losing their mind and you're like, I cannot deal with this person, I want you to remember this. They have a story. Carrie is great at helping me with this. If I'm about to judge something, really try not to judge people. But today, we're going to make judgments. And so she'll say, you have no idea what's going on with them right there. Somebody freaks out in public, in driving. He gives the high sign. It's like they might be on their way to have their first baby. They're late. I'm like, okay, honey, thanks for making me feel terrible. No, I think that the person on the other side has a story. You don't know why they're acting a fool, but maybe that's why they're brought into your life. They represent clients. That's the important thing, not us. We're the agents, man. We're trying to make miracles happen. We're there to serve them. We're doing a renovation project and we're hiring contractors. And it's very interesting because we're both in sales, but we're both in coaching, right? Teaching, training. And so it's interesting when you start seeing if people want your business or not. How quickly do they respond? When they say they're going to do something, do they do it? When they say they're going to do it, and do they do it how they said they're going to do it? We don't get calls back. One plumber said, how did you get this number? Independently wealthy? I have no idea why he's in it. How did you get this? This is a protection. It's like, dude, it's your business. How do you think people are going to find you? Or send us a quote 3 weeks after, or put a bunch of stuff on the quote that we didn't even ask for, saying, but I thought you might want to see it. It's not putting the customer first, right? And then some people are golden. They go out of the way. The cabinet guy has gone out of the way to get our businessman. He keeps coming. And he earned it, earned our business. You and I are in the same exact situation today. Your clients or would-be clients that you're calling on, why are you making your lead gen calls? That's an important question. Why? Because I want this lifestyle. How bad you want it? Do you want it enough to do the hard thing? Period. That's what successful people do. What's that why, man? What drives you? What gets me to the person that needs me? Because the universe loves to play, waiting on that next move. You keep saying you want somebody, you just bumped into her in line at Publix and you got mad because she stepped in your foot and she's the answer to your prayer. You ever feel like that? It's like, why don't you answer my prayer? It's like, I did. You got mad at the dude I said. If you'd have been nice to him, you'd find out he's selling a 1.5. You prayed for it. I'm all over the place this morning. So, as I begin to wrap, I said that 10 minutes ago, as I wrap, that's the preacher in me. He gave it to me. And it didn't look like this at the time. It had my logo on it. It had a red top and it had no little rubber, get you on a plane fast if you have to think. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that very often. So it didn't look like this. It got adorned over the years because that's what a dream does. You see, the bigger the dream, the stronger the pull. This is an energy thing. Either you're being pulled through life, which is what we call the good times, even in the tough times, blessings. Or you're pushing through life and it's exhausting. You're just like, I can't do it again. I got to get up and make calls again today. Good Lord, I got too much stuff to do. That's burnout. It's unsustainable. Anything we can't do forever is unsustainable. So you got to get pulled through life. And that's what I teach the guys in the prisons. You got to have the guts to dream. I almost said the other word. You got to have the guts to dream. Because that dream is the big thing. And the big thing always pulls the small thing. The sun pulls the moon pulls the tides pull the ocean, right? Ocean pulls the river, river pulls the stream, stream pulls the creek, creek pulls the pond, pond pulled by the clouds, right? It's this circle. It's Mother Nature, always giving, always flowing. All you got to do is learn how to drift and be pulled instead of pushing against the stream all the time. Learn how to play the game. So the big thing is the dream. The bigger the dream, the stronger the pull. And right now, this seems to be a dreamless season for many, many people. They're not dreaming because it's become hustling. It's just like, there ain't nothing wrong with the hustle. But if you don't have a grand vision at the end of it, why in the world are you going to do this? Why not just go take a paycheck and make somebody else rich? But if you have a destination involved and something is pulling you, you know what's pulling me? Crazy big dream. Let's put it out in the universe. I was on a stage in Michigan. 200 beautiful convicts. We're finishing an 8-week program called the Power of Peace Project. Rival gangs learn to work together. You talk about you got a tough client? Come on, man. Try a beautiful Black militant Muslim brother, and he's trying to show some love to a white Aryan Brotherhood, white supremacist leader. Yeah, them embracing doing the gangster hug on stage. That's what I'm talking about. And so it's like a gangster party, and they're all excited. They got their certificates. I'm high. I mean, I'm just like, God, levitating. And all of a sudden, this young brother comes up to me. He's about 21. He says, Mr. Kid. I said, yes, sir. He goes, I got a question for you. He said, this thing changed my life, changed my whole prison. Anything's possible. Young brother with a dream, 21, doing a long bit. And he said, here's my question. Do you believe there's a Nobel Peace Prize in this for us? Oh, it's such a big dream. It makes me cry when I think of it. You got a dream like that? You got something make you cry? I'm talking about real estate now. I'm talking about a vehicle that gets you to somewhere, man, you the dream you could be. I'm better than I deserve. That's what my life is. So this big dream is this young brother just put something so freaking big in my heart. And it was one day, every fifth Nobel or so, they give it to an organization, not an individual. And I'm like, oh my God, could the Power of Peace Project one day get a Nobel Peace Prize for that brother and all these convicts behind the wire, 2 million of them, my brothers? Could it? Is that gonna pull me through the temptation to quit? Is that gonna pull me through the sniffles? Is that gonna pull me through a rainy day? Is that gonna pull me through people hating on my dream? Is it gonna pull me through financial stress? What do I gotta do? I'm a hustler. See, that's what a big dream does. You show me somebody ain't got a big dream, I'll show you somebody that'll stop at anything. Little opposition, little change in the market, monthly fees, anybody, there's any excuse will work when you want to quit.
He said no,
He said, no what?
but they said no. When they made the phone call, the other person said no.
Oh, there's one. I thought she was getting emotional. I was like, it's okay, baby.
No,
We need to comfort you. Wrapping up. So, how big's your dream? Why? Great word, little bitty word. Last little thing is I am is the most important sentence you can finish. I am. Pay attention today how you finish that sentence, and then start paying attention how other people finish that sentence. And start recording just in your mental awareness how often it's positive, how often it's negative. I am, a book tells me, is the name that God gave himself. I am, for those that happen to believe that particular faith tradition. I am. Who do I tell him sent me? Say I am did. Matter of fact, I am that I am. How about that one? It's like, whoa. So however I finish the sentence, I am today, is not only how I define myself in the present moment, but I attach God's name to it. So this morning, if I see you out and about, it's like, hey, how you doing, kid? I'm sick. I am sick. I don't like saying it when I'm teaching because I don't believe in it. And do I ever get sick? No way. I'm offended if I get sick. Like, what am I doing wrong? Don't do it. So I say, man, I am well. How are you doing? I am well. I used to say I'm better than I deserve. Better than I deserve. Man, it's a good space, gratitude space, right? I am. So today you can say I'm sick, I'm lonely, I'm bored, I'm upset, I'm sad, I'm mad. I am. And you're declaring who you are and saying, God, I'm gonna borrow your name and really put an exclamation point on it. I am that I am. So why not? I'm healthy. I'm a beast. I always win. I'm strong. I'm secure. I'm positive. I'm powerful. I'm a winner. And you might go, you're not humble. Why? I'm made in his image, right? The image of whoever you believe created all this. It's a friendly universe. This market is wide open for anybody that's got the courage. Jump in there and dream it big. So this thing, Roots went on, found his way to another place. I didn't know where he was, but I had a contact of his beautiful would-be wife. She's in a wheelchair, on the streets in a wheelchair, beautiful, beautiful sister. But I had her number and I kept on blowing her up with pictures. And it was me literally around the world saying, what's his name? And the kids in the auditoriums yell, Roots. And I say, what's he mean? And the inmates yell, potential. And I say, what's his name? And the churches yell, Roots. And I say, what's his name? And y'all are supposed to say Roots. What's his name? Roots. Okay, you just shouted that homeless brother's name from the rooftops. And that's what's been happening around the world. Now it's probably tens of thousands of people have shouted his name. And here's the honest little wrap up. So I quit drinking in 2005. That's no secret. I'm not coming out today. I've written books. It's like, it's okay, you tell people. Because I'm not thirsty today. And so, 15 years ago, bottomed out, man. Just had to give it up. And so 4 days before the biggest drinking day of the year, I come and tell my wife I can't drink anymore. And she's not surprised, but what? I was done. See, you gotta cut some things off. You gotta get some scars. You gotta let the world beat on you a bit and weatherproof you before you're ready to go on your world tour. And that's what had to happen to me. I had to be flat on my back. And so on December 27th, see, that's where dreams are born, flat on your back. Why else would you dream? Everything's great. Need a dream? How's everything? Awesome, man. Grandkids are going to Harvard. You're like, good for you. Flat on your back is where a dream is born. Bigger the dream, the stronger the pull. So on December 27th, 2005, last drink, they started getting better. So for someone in recovery, and I respect everyone's anonymity, is those mile markers one more time around the sun is a big deal, especially in my family line. Nobody on this line. I am the trailblazer for my family line. Don't let them down. My dad, who's passed, God bless him, his dad, everybody looking at me, you better break the cycles for your kids. It's a big freaking why. A big why. You think I'm gonna trade that for a drudge double crown on the rocks with a splash of water? No, not today. So I gave it up. So on the 27th, man, it was a big day, right? Celebrated. And then I get a call that night. Yeah, it's my buddy. And he says, bro, that Roots is dead. And I was like, what? They said, yeah, man, he was over in Conyers. He got in a little spot. He and Lisa had a place to stay. He had a job. He's coming home on his scooter at night, killed by a drunk driver. How ironic on the day that I celebrate my sobriety as a recovering drunk driver. I lose my buddy, who's become a rock star. The KSU basketball team texted me and said, and I quote, is Roots available on March the 7th? I said, I might be. People approach me and say, can we get our picture taken with Roots? Don't care about me. So
I told him he didn't come without Roots.
she requested Roots today. He's won 2 state championship rings for me. name on it and everything, Marietta and Milton. Why? Because they touched him coming out of the tunnel. And he was with us when I trained and went through my program. They love it. The girls on KSU, they get around him. And they sit on the bench. He's underneath the bench sometimes. Yeah, he's got magic. You might want to touch him today. Dude, magic man right here. My partner, but now he means so much more to me because my buddy, has moved on. Maybe he was an angel. I don't know if you believe in angels. Maybe he was an angel. Hides among the least of these to see how we treat them. That's what I believe. They hide in prisons and under bridges, and they perpetrate prostitutes. And they're angels in disguise. Maybe he was an angel. So there was a man, old man, lived in a little house, had a little big farm outside of a poor village. And he had a son, able-bodied son. His wife had passed, and they had one prized possession, one thing of value, and it was this beautiful horse. It was a stallion. Had it since it was a little colt. And the people in the village, whenever times are really tough, when the market, goes this way, buy. And so they would come out and say, sell us the horse. And the man would say, never. And they called him a fool and said, man, if you sell the horse, you can live. But this famine is going to take you. You don't sell the horse. They're working. And he said, I'll never sell the horse. It's like family to me. And then they go away and they do what haters do, hating on them. People are going to hate on you too if you have a big dream. And so then a big storm rolls through and the horse busts out of the stall and runs away. And the word gets out because people like to talk. And the village folks, they come out and they're like, oh my gosh, see, you're a fool, you're cursed. Now your only valuable possession has run away and left you. You should have sold it when you had the chance. How do you feel now, old man? He said, we don't know if it's a blessing or a curse. We just know that my horse has run away. And they're like, whatever. And they go away hating. And so then a few weeks later, the horse returns with 12 more. And all of a sudden the son is out there and gets him into the stall, closes the corral, and all of a sudden in one fell swoop, boom, richest man in town, won the lottery in this little place. Word spreads, people talk, and the whole village comes out and they're like, oh my gosh, it wasn't a curse, it was a blessing. If your horse hadn't have run away, he wouldn't have brought back the 12. How do you feel? You're the luckiest man in the world. And he said, we don't know if it's a blessing or a curse. Just know that my horse came back and brought 12 more. They're like, whatever, and they keep talking about it. Well, the son goes out and he has to break the horses. Breaking wild horses is treacherous. They keep bucking you off, you get back on, bucking you off, you get back on. At some point, you have a moment of clarity, and a horse is meeked, a horse is broken when they realize, I can't win this battle. And so now you have strength under control. That's what coaching does. Like that? No, but for real, it's when you finally submit and go, okay, I'm out of fancy moves. I'm not smarter than this market. I need help. That's a horse being humbled. Now it's strength under control, right? And so the son gets bucked off yet again and boom, breaks his leg. Oh man, he's laid up. Now they got a little farm, famine, all these horses, they're wild. He's going to lose everything again. So word gets out. People come out, it's like the village, not the village people. The people of the village, they come out and they say, oh my gosh, it was a curse. We thought it was a blessing. If you hadn't have got those 12, your son wouldn't have broken the leg. Now you're going to lose everything. How do you feel, unluckiest man in the world? And he said, we don't know if it's a blessing or a curse. We only know that my son has broken his leg. And they're like, whatever. Every time they know better. And so a war breaks out in the neighboring country. And all the young men of the village are sent off to fight and die in battle. His son can't go because he's got a broken leg. And so all the people come out and they're like, oh my gosh, it wasn't a curse. It was a blessing. If your son hadn't broken his leg, he'd die in battle too. The old man shook his head. And he said, when will you people ever learn curses and blessings? see one line of the poem and think you understand the author. You hear one line in the song and think you understand the creator. He says, we don't know if it's a blessing or a curse. And I'll leave you with this, like for real. We don't know if this is a blessing or a curse, but it is what you believe it is. If you believe this market is a blessing, it is a blessing. If you believe it is a curse, it is a curse. Don't put that on her. You guys have been beautiful to me, and I appreciate it. And all those guys out there, much love. Thank you again for loving my wife. And thank you so much for leading this office the way you did. You said. Because y'all came today, I'm gonna give you a little symbol. If you decide, okay, today's the day, I'm gonna change, and you need a little symbol, you can join a host of people all over the place that have the Power Peace wristband.
All right. So that was absolutely awesome. I have so many ahas, I'm not gonna go through it. I just wanna say, what you said made me think of a question. Moses, what's in your hand? A staff. Or as I would say, a staff.
I like that better.
Kid, what's in your hand? Purpose.
Ooh.
Purpose. So thank you for sharing that with us.
I'm gonna forget where I got it and it'll become a ritual. Hey,
Not the first time.
I thought I was done and now I'm hijacking the stage, but I want to say thanks so much to the Martinos. They got me into Roswell High School and we're launching on the 19th. I'm speaking to the whole
Purpose. Let's let the dream pull us. I hope you made as many mental notes as I did. Let's make it happen. Mindset, if it used to be, it's up to us. Seed time and harvest, the Lord seed time and harvest. I love it. So on that absolute high motivated level of energy, Rebecca, your vendor, come talk to us. Keith, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much to Kit. Hi, everybody. Hello. Just a quick reminder before we invite our vendor of the week. Red Day is coming up. The countdown to Red Day has begun. It is coming up very quickly. It's on May 13th. We're having a cookout and cornhole event. All the info is on these flyers all around the office, and you can come see me or anybody on Culture Committee for all of this info for Red Day. Now I want to invite our brand new vendor who has sponsored today's team meeting, lovely brunch out there for everybody today. He was introduced to us by Michelle Pleasant. Thank you to Michelle for introducing us. Our inspector, Rodney Ruffin with Spectrum Property Inspections. Come on over to the floor. About who you are. Oh, really?
Yummy. I don't know how to top that one, so I'll bore you guys to death now. Thank you so much for having me, first and foremost. I just want to introduce myself and tell you a little bit about my services and what separates me from other inspectors out here in Atlanta. Nothing against those guys, but we're the best. So, you know, we've been in business here in Atlanta for over a year. We moved here from Richmond, Virginia, where that state is regulated. So I'm pretty sure you guys can imagine the type of stress we was under in Virginia. We moved here a year ago. My beautiful wife and I in the back, Veronica, also business partner. She handles a lot of the day-to-day transactions, speaking with you guys and helping me out while I'm out in the field busting my butt. So we are ASHI certified inspectors. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with that. That's the American Society of Home Inspectors, which basically require you to pass a certain examination by the licensing board in 38 states, excluding Georgia. It was a very, very, very hard time. We also worked with Pillar to Post Home Inspectors, which is a franchisee in Richmond, Virginia, where I obtained all of my skills, working under Mark Scaparo. I've done over 1,000 inspections, so I'm very well seasoned. We use the state-of-the-art technology, drones, crawl space robots, and infrared cameras, you name it, to make the job go well. You know, I know you guys sometimes get into some situations where the deal kind of breaks, but You know, one thing I want to say is we're not alarmists. You know, if we see anything that's out of pocket, we're totally biased. We don't express to the clients, hey, this is a deal breaker. We never do that. We stay in constant communication with the agents, you know, to make sure that your transaction goes as smoothly as possible. That's basically it in a nutshell. We offer a ton of different services as well to your clients, free of charge to us. I'm sorry, free of charge to them. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Home Binder. That's basically an electronic 3-ring binder to help your clients keep all of their records, appliance information, tons of photos, you name it. Also recall checks on all the appliances that's been applied in the system. We also offer repair pricing. We know that you guys do a lot of footwork and finding out how much certain things cost before you send that contract in. Repair pricer is also free of charge to you guys, and within 24 hours, you'll have a breakdown on how much every single deficiency would cost on that inspection report. Our inspection report is digital. There is an option for PDF on that same report website, and it's videos, pictures, tons of information, you name it. There's a bunch of breakdowns that, you know, when you guys want to put the deficiencies into the system, you don't have to type everything. You basically can just copy and paste. And that software is called Spectora. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but it's a great software, and it, you know, makes your life a little bit easier. That's basically it in a nutshell for us. Yes, sir.
What are your turn times with the short due diligence that we're responsible?
The very same day. Your report is delivered the very same day. And we typically try to get to the inspection within 24 hours after you call us. So we understand how fast you guys want to make this go. So Robin can, you know, give a testimony. We deliver reports the very same day.
Can you schedule online at your website?
Yes, ma'am. So if you go online, you basically would see my entire calendar. So you guys can schedule online anytime. Yep. Also, I left some brochures and cards. And on the back of my brochure, there's a QC scan, and you can just basically snap a picture and my schedule will pop up. Wow. So we just try to make everything as simple and easy for you guys as possible. We understand the pressure you guys are under, especially in today's market. We want to be a big help. So that's what we're here for.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Rodney and Veronica from Spectrum Property Inspections. Thank you so much.
And his info is in the chat.
Info in the chat. Now, organic, Renee Dillon, good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Dillon with Gain 8 PC. I know we're past time, so I'll keep it really short today and talk a little bit more about this next week, but know that we still are we are still able to do virtual closings. They extended the state of emergency, the judicial state of emergency through May. So use those mostly for sellers. A lot of times it doesn't work out with the buyers with the loan package, but we still can use that for sellers. So just let us know if really either party is not going to be able to attend closing so that we can work something out for y'all. And thank you for all the business. We're super busy. We love seeing you. Keep the contracts coming.
Thank you very much, Renee.
Thank you.
Mr. Lip, the floor is yours. Good morning. Certainty Home Loans.
Man, this is weird. Good. Matt Lip, Certainty Home Loans. I think it's the first time in like 14 months that we've been here in person, so very exciting. Like you said, hard to follow Kit, but something that he said really kind of resonated with me again. I mean, I'm sure everybody's head is still kind of spinning. He talked about, you know, serving your customers, serving your clients, putting them first, and, you know, is your vendor doing what they say they're going to do, when they say they're going to do it, how they're going to do it, are they following up, are they checking with you? And he also touched on the market and how crazy it is, and we know how crazy it is, especially for buyers right now. So as a lender, be sure you're working with somebody who does what they say they're going to do on time. It's Sunday night at 9 p.m. and you need closing cost numbers and you need a letter for an offer, or else that house is gone. That's the service that we provide at Certainty. And I'm extremely proud to say that from long story short, our underwriting turn times at one point about a month or two ago were up to 3 weeks, which was brutal. We're now back to 48 hours, which is fantastic. So, which is great. I know there's still some big banks out there that are running 3 weeks, even 4 weeks. So we're here to serve you guys, serve your clients, and it's good to be back. You need anything else?
Thank you very much, Matt. And now something that's very close to my heart is our profit share earners. Equal opportunity for everyone. We have, give or take, just more than 50 names, or just around about 50 names on here. Make sure your name is on the next profit share list, folks. It's an equal opportunity for everyone. How can I earn profit share? We're going to show you in a minute. I just wanted to say, when I joined Keller Williams, I had to be out there. I had to recruit. I had to grow the business. I wasn't focused on profit share or in the worldwide regions growth share. I just had to do it. And I can tell you one thing, today I'm reaping the rewards 8 years, 9 years later of being one of the top growth share earners in the South African region. But if I didn't take the opportunity, if I didn't make it happen, it wouldn't have happened. So I want to just in my way, see if I can pay it forward just to show you how easy it is to make this happen for you and get that passive income activated for you. Ladies, show us, how do we do this?
I need the
volume button at the bottom. Yep.
With zero risk.
When deals close.
When deals close, that's it. Folks, this is the end of our meeting. Before we go, quick 5 minutes. What have we got coming up? And our folks on the Zoom, if you have anything, what's coming up? What are your buyers' needs? Please share it with us. What do we have coming up? Mr. Haas, please.
Got a listing coming up. Pictures were yesterday in Kingsley Elementary School and neighborhood in Dunwoody, 575 in Kingsley, 2-story house with a finished basement on a cul-de-sac.
Thank you, Bill. What else have we got coming up?
People on Zoom, feel free to unmute. Anthony Crawford shared his in here. I don't know if he's still on or had to hop off, but he's got a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in Stone Mountain, split foyer, 2 bonus rooms, large family room with fireplace. Going live today or tomorrow, open house this weekend. It's listed at $159, and that is Anthony Crawford. So he is probably putting in that listing, so check it out. Anyone else on Zoom want to share?
Laura.
I've got one coming up probably in about 2 weeks, and I know how this market is, so anything coming up in the next month or so is great. It's in the Roswell High School District. It is a 5-bedroom, 4 baths, in an awesome swim and tennis neighborhood. It will probably be listed at around $575.
That's nice. 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, big family.
In the Roswell High School District, yep.
Awesome.
I have a listing, Marco. Oops. Sorry. Yes, I have a listing. It's going live today. It's in Canton, Georgia, 4 acres. It's got a really cute ranch home on it. It's about 2,000 square feet. And it's staged and cleaned up and ready to go. It's listing for $359,900.
Concludes our meeting. Thank you very much. Have a lovely, lovely week. Have a blessed week. See you next time. Same place, same time in the training room.
All right.
Good, okay, cool.